Have you ever driven down a highway and seen a big truck, or what most of you guys know as 18-wheelers, on the side of the highway, parked, and wonder why? Well, there could be two reasons for that. One, he could be broken down, or two, he has nowhere to park, and he ran out of hours. Now, when I say run out of hours, when we start our shift every day, our shift consists of 14 hours. Doesn't mean we have to work 14 hours, but it means that we can only work 14 hours total. Okay. I hope I didn't confuse you there. You can work 5, 6, but we can't go over 14. And out of that 14 hours, we're only allowed to drive legally 11 hours out of that 14. Once your 14-hour clock expires, you have to shut down and take a 10-hour break. Now, for the most part, we shut down at customers if we're allowed, truck stops, rest areas, service plazas. Now, if you don't know the difference between a rest area and a service plaza, the rest areas they usually just have bathrooms and vending machines, where the service plazas, like on Ohio Turnpike has them, Jersey Turnpike has them, Connecticut Turnpike has them, a few states I can name, Illinois and Indiana Turnpike have them. It's the service plazas usually have restaurants and stuff like that in them. Okay, but yeah, those are the difference. But I'm sorry, I lost track of my thought. Yeah, so those are the difference. So usually that's what we try to shut down at one of those places. But it does not always happen that way. Every day is a different scenario. You can plan your day out, but then, days can make a turn. For example, I picked up my load, and because they were shorthanded at the customer I picked up from, myself as well as a few other truck drivers, we had to pay the price. It took them 4.5 hours to get me loaded. 4.5 hours to get me loaded. And in result of that, it kind of screwed up my day. And once I left there, trying to find a place to shut down at, it was next to impossible. I was in Milwaukee, and truck stops in that area fill up rather quickly. Usually all the big cities, you can guarantee by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, truck stops are filled, if not earlier. So, you got to pretty much just keep going until you find somewhere. So I drove last night, and everywhere I went was filled up. So I actually came here to this service plaza, okay, and they were filled up as well, but I had no more time on my clock, so this is where I had to shut her down. Now, as you can see, I'm on the shoulder right here. It's not the highway shoulder, because that's the highway shoulder right there going east and west, but it's actually the shoulder, which is the on-ramp to get back onto the highway. Now, as you can see, that truck just passed by. He's going back onto the highway, as well as his car going back onto the highway. So you can imagine how it must have felt to try to sleep like this last night. I mean, this is a busy interstate right here, and this is all you got going back and forth all night long. So you really don't get a good night's sleep. Okay? So it's hard. It's hard, for me anyways. It's hard to sleep like this. It's just one of the things we have to deal with out here. I'm not complaining because I love what I do. But I'm just giving people an inside look of what it is to be a truck driver on a day-to-day basis. Okay, now, some people might disagree, like, oh, you gotta, plan your trip better. Bullshit. Has nothing to do with trip planning, because you don't know what's going to happen at the customer. This is just one of the end results. So, a lot of times when it seems like if we're driving aggressive,